This week on Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk, we take a look at Pro Late Model action from Gresham Motorsports Park. We check out the Southeast Super Trucks at Anderson, and we take a look at action from Montgomery Motor Speedway. All that coming up next here on Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. Hi folks, welcome to Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. I'm Brandon Reed. Thanks for being with us. We've got a lot of news to bring to you this week, so let's get straight to today's headlines. Justin South dominates Pro Late Model action in the JEGS 100 at Gresham Motorsports Park. Kenneth Hedden powers to the victory in the Southeast Super Truck feature at Anderson Motor Speedway. Hunter Robbins puts Ronnie Sanders' late model in victory lane at Montgomery Motor Speedway. And Sean Chastain tops the super late model field at Dixie Speedway. For more on these and other stories, visit us online at RaceweekIllustrated.com. Our lead story, a strong field of pro late models were on hand at Gresham Motorsports Park in Jefferson, Georgia this past weekend as the track hosted the JEGS 100. Justin South and Russell Fleeman would lead the field to green, and the two would do battle early for the lead, with South moving out to the top spot. Hunter Robbins was on the move as well and would move around Fleeman to take second, while Garrett Jones moved to third a few laps later. Meanwhile, Colt James, Dalton Grindle, and Frederick Moore would do battle for seventh place. Grindle and Moore would make their way around James and then would put on a spirited fight for the position. Moore appeared to have the faster car, and it looked at one point like Grindle waved the 30 car by. But Grindle continued to run the low line, keeping Moore behind him. The two would continue to fight it out until lap 28 when things finally boiled over as the two tangled coming off turn 4. Grindle's car made hard contact with the wall and he would see his night over. Moore was able to continue. Grindle exited his car and walked back to his pit area. There he and crew chief Jimmy Garmin had a heated post-race discussion about the situation before Grindle walked back to the garage area. Back under green, Robbins tries to challenge South but can't make it happen as the number 43 moves back out front. Jones settled back into third and would stay there until lap 39 when his car slips in turn 4, running into the marbles up high. He almost catches it, but it finally gets away from him, spinning down the front stretch and into the inside wall, drawing the caution and ending his night. Back under green, Frederick Moore begins trailing smoke and may be laying down fluid. That's confirmed when James spins in the fluid off turn 4, bringing out another caution. Moore comes to the pits where Jimmy Garmin helps Moore's crew find the power steering leak that caused the problem. They get it fixed and Moore rejoins the race. On the restart, Fleeman gets a run up high, trying to find a way around South, but South holds the spot with Robbins moving to second and Fleeman settling into third. Meanwhile, Tyler Audie fights with Rodney Benefield, James, and Moore for position. A few laps later, a good run goes bad for Audie as he trails smoke off turn 4. There's no caution, but Audie will head for the garage, his night over. 5 laps later, the same thing happens to Benefield. He'll head for his hauler as well, his night done. Again, no caution. Meanwhile, up front, it's all Justin South as he powers his way to his first Gresham Motorsports Park victory. Robbins finishes in second, followed by Fleeman in third, Kyle Plott in fourth, and Moore in fifth. In other action, Spanky Hicks and Scotty Beck raced side by side to open the mini stock feature, with Hicks moving to the lead. Beck saw a promising night go south one lap later as his car slowed with a problem. He would head for the pits for repairs and would return 4 laps down. Lap 6, Brandon Seeger spins on the front stretch, bringing out the caution. Steve Hall would also spin in that same spot. Both would be able to drive away. On the restart, Hicks and Aaron Calvert did battle for the lead as they fought for a full lap before Hicks moved out to the top spot. Calvert would put a crossover move on him on the backstretch, but would slip in turn 4, handing the lead firmly over to Hicks, while Avery Burgess moved up to third. Meanwhile, Beck showed how great of a night he could have had as he raced with the leaders despite being 4 laps down. Lap 20, Seeger spins again off turn 4. Again, he keeps it off the wall, but again, he draws a caution. On the restart, Calvin makes another strong charge on Hicks, and this time he makes the pass and pulls out to a healthy lead while Hicks works to hold off Burgess for second. Hicks would clear Burgess and would begin tracking down the leader As he begins to close, he tries to challenge, but with 2 to go, Hicks spins off turn 2, bringing out the caution and ending his chance at a win. Final restart now. Burgess tries to get a run on Calvert, but he can't do it, as Aaron Calvert, racing with a broken wrist, scores the mini-stock victory. Burgess finishes in second, with Seegers recovering from those 2 spins for third, Don Ciccarelli in fourth, and Alan Cantrell in fifth. Jeff Chadwick took command early in the Sportsman Renegade feature, with Brian Beckner moving to second. Those 2 would go on to dominate the feature. The only caution came out when Jesse Thomas's engine expired on lap 15. Meanwhile, Chadwick powers his way to the Sportsman win, with Rob Hubbard in second and Thomas in third, while Beckner scored the Renegade win. In the truck feature, Jamie Weimer led the field to green, with the top 6 stacking up side by side for position on the backstretch. Kevin Vassar came away with the lead, with Emily Riley and Matt Vassar settling into second and third. Lap 10, Matt Vassar is on the charge. He makes his way around Riley in turn 1. 5 laps later, Matt makes the pass on Kevin for the lead, and he sets sail from there as Matt Vassar scores the victory. Kevin Vassar finishes in second, with Riley in third, Kristen Wallace in fourth, and Ronnie Wehunt in fifth. The Outlaw late models rounded out the night, with Russell Fleeman charging to the lead on the outside. Hoyt Stevens would settle into second, with David Murphy moving to third. Back behind, Jason Bates was charging his way through the field, but would get no further than fourth place. Up front, Fleeman leads wire to wire to score the victory. Stevens finishes in second, with Murphy in third, Bates in fourth, and Matthew Ragg in fifth. Let's hear from the winners.
We didn't quite have the speed we wanted in qualifying, but I really knew we had a good race car, and the luck of the draw went our way. Sat on the pole and just never looked back, and it's very rare that you have those race cars, but we have had a couple this year, and we've had bad luck, and we had good luck tonight.
Yeah, you come in here with a lot of momentum. You've had some good runs down on the Gulf Coast. Last time we saw you was down at Cordele, and you had a good run down there. So you came in here with a lot of momentum. Did that help you?
Yeah, I think so. Cordele was just another one of those races where we're leading with about 10 to go and have a flat right rear, and the 9 car goes on to win. So if I just knew if everything would have went our way, we could have got a couple more of these this year. But, I'm really thankful for the ones we have gotten.
Yeah, we thought we had a pretty good car, and we just started getting real tight there at the end, and with these cars, momentum's everything, and we couldn't quite keep our momentum up and roll the center like we needed to, and just a little bit off, and just disappointed, but it's good to be disappointed with second, but it could be more thankful for the opportunity that I have, so very very humble, very grateful to be here.
Yeah, I knew we got a good start. Got up to second on the beginning of the race, and Spanky's really fast. In these cars, he's the man to beat, and I knew that if I could keep my pressure on him, stay in his mirror, I just knew that we could get him, after a long run. And there towards one of the last restarts, told my spotter, said, if I'm going to get him, I have to get him now. And thankfully, he gave me the outside. I was really surprised he gave me the outside because my car works good up high. And we was able to hang on. Wrist held up, which is good, and we're back in victory lane, so really can't ask for a better comeback story.
Let's take a look at that wrist real quick there, Dave. And how'd you hurt that?
Well, actually, I do dirt track racing in between asphalt races, and I was at Montgomery Speedway. Me and a boy got together, and steering wheel snapped, just broke my wrist in 3 places. Had to get a steel plate and 10 screws put in it, and it's been so that was only about a month and a half ago, so this is pretty quick recovery, and glad to be back in victory lane at Gresham Motorsports Park.
Yeah, it was good. Like I said earlier in the other interview, I basically just took this car home, jacked it up, cleaned it real good, and been focusing on my truck. And my truck didn't quite make even a whole lap. So, maybe I should have not focused so much on that or something. But the car's great. The track's in excellent condition, and I just love racing here.
We put some tires on it, and it really woke it up. We're faster than we were the last time, so that's a good thing. Curry Ice and Mr. Q's Billiards, those are the 2 number 1s right there, and all the people that play APA pool, they helped me out in a big way last Tuesday night too. So it's really going well. We're starting to kick it in high gear here and finish off the season strong. Hopefully the thing holds together. I was really worried it was going to break. That was my only issue was if it broke. But I'm looking for a truck ride. I mean, that's probably the next logical step. I'd take a late model if somebody's got one out there and think it's fast. But I'd like a truck ride. That'd be great. I got a couple sponsors. I could bring a few with me. So, you know, if anybody out there in television land or internet land is watching, call me.
All right, Matt, one look at the back of this truck, and you can tell you had the minions working hard on this thing. Tell me about that win.
It's a good win. We worked really hard. Decided to have a little fun with our little guys back there and all the kids that, you know, saw Despicable Me too. I know I saw it, liked it with my boys. So we figured to put them on there, put all the crew names on there for the guys. So, you know, a little recognition to them and all their hard work, because that's what it took to win this race. I had to pick them off one at a time, and, you know, we did that. I had to beat my brother for the win. I hate doing that, but he's a good competitor, and his win will come. He is running really good. As long as some of these other guys, the 47, 21, the 12, they're all doing a heck of a job. Just happy to finally keep beating them.
Well, we made some last-minute adjustments on this thing, and I'm so thankful these guys stuck with me and asked me the questions and stuff. This thing was on the rail, man. I was running as hard as I could, just trying to keep a good pace, and this car, it just come to and just kept going. I was worried about the water temperature, but, hey, I got to thank everybody that helps us with this thing, and you know, this turned out to be a good night in the Outlaw class.
Did you learn anything in the Pro Late Model race that you could apply to this?
Oh yeah, the crate race, we made some air pressure adjustments and stuff like that, and we decided to take the Outlaw car and go right the opposite way, and it paid off.
We've got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll head to Anderson Motor Speedway for the Southeast Super Trucks and late model action. You're watching Raceweek Illustrated Garage Talk. We'll be right back. For 30 years, the best of the best racers in the country have traveled to Jefferson, Georgia to fight for the title King of the Short Tracks. The fight continues at Gresham Motorsports Park as Slack Auto Parts presents the 30th Annual World Crown 300 presented by Peach State Freightliner and Ford Power Stroke Diesel on August 10th. Dawsonville, Georgia's Chase Elliott will look to defend his crown against fast aces like Bubba Pollard, Daniel Hemrick, TJ Reed, Spencer Davis, and more. And when the action is over on the track, things will get hot overhead with a huge fireworks display sponsored by Royal Oak. Get $5 off with a discount coupon available at Slack Auto Parts. Active and retired military and their families get in free with a military ID while supplies last, courtesy of Kipper Tools. Tickets are $30 for adults, $25 for seniors, kids 12 and under free. Go to racegmp.com for more information. Come see a king crowned at the Slack Auto Parts World Crown 300 presented by Peach State Freightliner and Ford Power Stroke Diesel. August 10th at Gresham Motorsports Park in Jefferson, Georgia, the king of the short tracks.